All right, so today we are going to review our place value chart, especially when we're talking about multiplying digits, decimal digits by 10 or by 100. I know that's a little confusing when we get to those numbers, but we're going to practice it today. All right, so I have the number, whoops, you guys know I like to do that. I have the number 23 and 1700ths. Make sure your decimal is in there. So again, we say that 23 and 1700ths. So you group the numbers over here, 23 and 17, and since that's the last digit, we say hundredths. So 23 and 1700ths. All right, we're going to multiply this times 10. 23 and 1700ths times 10. So when we do times 10, we get bigger. Our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Every single time we move a place value column, ones to the tens, that's 10 times greater. Tens to the hundreds, that's 10 times greater. Hundreds to the thousands, that's 10 times greater. When we go the other way, we're doing 10 times less, or 1/10 of, or divided by 10. However we want to say that. I'll show you what that looks like. Let me just erase here. So if I'm going lower, smaller, it's divided by 10. We can also say 10 times less. We can also say 1/10 of. Those all mean the same thing. So it's kind of good to get used to saying them all different ways. All right, let's erase that. All right, so we have 23 and 1700ths. We're going to go ahead and multiply that times 10. So again, we just are moving one place value column larger. Okay, so if I have 20 times 10, it's now 200. If I have 3 ones, but I have 10 groups, so 3 times 10, it's now 30. If I have a dime or 1/10, but I have 10 of those, it's now $1 or 1 whole. Okay, my decimal is going to stay in that same place. It's not going to move. Our numbers are moving because they're 10 times greater, but my decimal doesn't change. It stays in the same place between the ones and the tenths. And then if I have 700ths or 7 pennies, but now I have 10 groups of those, I have 7/10 or 70 cents. 7/10 of $1. I can say it a lot of different ways. Okay, so we're going to do that again. Let's grab a different number. All right, let's change the pen color for fun. All right, let's do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, our decimal always goes between the ones and the tenths because these are whole numbers and these are parts of a whole number. That just lets me know that and lets me know that it's 6, but it's less than a whole. Okay, so again, I say the number 345 and 67 hundredths. 345 and 67 hundredths. All right, I'm going to get rid of all this. I'm just going to rewrite it. 345 and 67 hundredths. Let's multiply this one times 10 as well. Each one gets 10 times greater. We only move one column. One column larger, remember, is times 10. Okay, so I just transcribed the numbers the same, the exact same. Because this 0 right here can be over here. We usually just don't write them at the end, okay? So I'm going to put my decimal there. So my number is now 3,000 because 300 times 10 is 3,000. 40 times 10 is 400. 5 times 10 is 50. 6/10 or 6 dimes times 10 is now $6. And 7 pennies or 7/10 is now 7/10 or 70 cents. Okay, so it's now 3,456 and 7/10. All right. let's go back to a shorter number. Let's see, I have 16 and 86 hundredths. Don't forget your decimal. You got to put your decimal in there or it's 1,000 something, okay? 16 and 86 hundredths. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this one times 100. Okay, so maybe I did chores and every single day I got $16.80, 86 cents for my chores, but I did those chores 100 days in a row. So I want to know how much money I would have after 100 days. So that means not once but twice. We're going to go here and here. So we're moving times 10 times 10. So 10 times 10 is actually 100. So we're getting 100 times greater. So we need to move our digits 2 times over on the place values chart to show that times 100. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So times 10 more, or times 100. Okay, so I just put that 1 there. I transcribe that 6 there. That 8 goes there. That 6 goes there. My decimal drops down. So I now have $1,686. I'll show you that one more time. I'm going to show you with a little bit bigger of a number. Let's see. 2, 3, 8, 9, 6. Put my decimal in there. So I have 23 and 896 thousandths. 23 and 896 thousandths. Okay, that's how we say that. I'm going to multiply that times 100. So it goes over times 10 times 100 times 10 times 100 times 10 times 100 times 10 times 100 times 10 times 100. So again, we're just going to rewrite those numbers just like they are. Bring my decimal down. So now I have 2,389 and 6 tenths. Sorry, 2,389 and 6 tenths. All right, I'll show you one where we actually are going to get smaller. All right, so let's see, we have 19, and I'm going to throw in one with a 0 in there just to throw us off a little bit. So 19 and 6 hundredths. 19 and 6 hundredths. I'm going to divide that by 10. Okay, so we're going the opposite way. I know I'm getting smaller because I'm dividing it into groups, so I'm sharing whatever it is I have. So I'm not going to have the whole 19 anymore. I'm going to have less. So I know I'm going this way on my place value chart. I'm only going one column lower because I'm only dividing by 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so just one column to the right. I'm going to move all my numbers. Okay, and I do have a 0 because I had a 0 in my original number. I don't write any extra zeros. I don't write any extra numbers. I have the same exact numbers. I just move them over. Again, bring your decimal down. So 19 and 6 hundredths divided by 10 equals 1 and 906 thousandths.